Good morning, guys. I hope you're doing well. Family's still hanging in there. We're all doing quite well. So, hey, let's dive in and let's finish the book of Esther. Today we're going to talk about Esther chapter 9 and 10. So let's get to it. This is kind of the conclusion of the book, clearly, because it's the end. And kind of the climax, if you will, of this whole issue between Haman's men and the Jews. On the day in question, when originally the Jews were going to be slaughtered, the Jews take up arms and they defend themselves and they attack and kill those who meant them harm. And it goes so well that when Esther goes to see the king says, "Well, how'd it go?" And Esther says, "Went well. Can we have a second day for some of our enemies yet live?" And the king's like, "Sure, take a second day." And basically, in some places, they attack again the enemies of the Jews and they defeat them, they destroy them. After the enemies are defeated, the people set up a feast, which becomes the Feast of Purim, which is a holiday held still in traditional Judaism to this day. And it's a day where they remember how God delivered them from their enemies and allowed them to instead defeat their enemies instead of being slaughtered. Then chapter 10 kind of closes and says, and the rest of the kings and Mordecai's works, are they not written in the Chronicles of the King, etc., etc. It kind of just closes out the book and says the end. As far as a spiritual point for the last two chapters, I think the biggest point we can take home from these last two chapters, or at least the big takeaway I got from reading these, was it's important to remember why we celebrate the holidays we do. And I think this is good timing because in a week from Sunday, tomorrow when you guys are seeing this video, will be Easter. A lot of times, guys, especially in America, we kind of forget why we celebrate the holidays we celebrate. 4th of July, Christmas, Easter, Veterans Day, Memorial Day. We just are used to having a break on those days. We don't really remember why we celebrate. I know not all those are Christian holidays, but even cultural holidays are important too. It's important, guys, to remember why we celebrate the holidays we celebrate. And I think this is a very apt timed reminder because Easter is coming up in a week. As Easter comes, guys, don't just look at it as another break, another day to celebrate, but remember why it is we celebrate. We celebrate because Jesus came to earth, he lived a perfect life, he died for our sins, and he rose again. And because of that, we have hope that we can be freed from sin, freed from eternal punishment, hell, and can spend eternity with God if we believe in Jesus and what he did. That's the whole point of Easter, guys. So as we move into Easter, remember why we celebrate it. If you haven't made a decision to trust Christ, do so. And then truly celebrate the holiday for what it is. Not for bunnies and chocolate and whatnot, but for God and the sacrifice of his son to save us from our sins. That's all I got on Esther chapter 9 and 10, guys. I hope it helps. I hope you are all doing well. I'll see you on Monday. I believe this one's going to go out on a Saturday. So I'll see you guys on Monday, and we'll be doing a new study if the stay-at-home order continues. I'm really hoping it not, but we'll see. I may continue to do these videos anyway. Take care, guys. Have a good one.